Well, kukumustahin lang namin kung ano na ng latest kasi marami nang nag-aalala ngayon especially Senator Ronald De La Rosa na mukhang matutuloy na yung arrest nila if it's coerced through the Interpol. And nagrereklamo nga sila na bakit ganon, na supposedly merong policy ang gobyerno not to cooperate with the ICC. Can you brief us kung ano na yung latest dito sa arrest warrant?
Well, the latest still is confidential ang proceedings patungkol sa arrest warrant and even dun sa execution ng arrest warrant. As far as we know, there has been communication between the Philippine government and the ICC. Yun na rin yung sinabi ni Senator Trillanes na there are suspects pero wala pang arrest warrant na issue or ini-implement, and there could be a difference. Pwede kasing meron ng arrest warrant na pending pero hindi pa lang ini-implement. And in some of the cases we've seen, the announcement of the warrant of arrest or even the announcement that these people have been arrested comes only after the arrest. So crucial kasi yung moment na may malalaman mo tapos tatakas ka. So to minimize the opportunity to subvert the processes, in most cases the proceedings are confidential and only after the arrest is it announced na meron ng warrant at nahuli na sila.
Attorney Conti, this thing that you mentioned, the communication between the Philippine government and the ICC, should we take this as a departure from a previous position that, you know, the Philippines not being a member of ICC won't coordinate with the ICC? Nagbago na ba yung posisyon ng gobyerno?
Right now, I don't see the government being compromised in a sense that they have not actually cooperated on anything. In fact, the letter comes from the ICC, yung nakita natin, the letter comes from the ICC and it's addressed to the Philippine government. Wala siyang tugon. Walang letter na galing sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
Ang meron lang tayo ay statement ni Solicitor General Guevara at ni DOJ Secretary Remulla. Yun lang yung pinahawakan nila na wala naman daw silang gagawin. Kaya right now, wala pang contradiction. Si Senator Bato, baka may iba siyang nararamdaman.
Okay, what did the ICC hope to get out of this communicating or sending a letter to the Philippine government, to the Marcos administration? What were they asking for? Certain assistance, knowing full well naman ang position ng gobyerno is, you know, we're not a member of ICC, we won't cooperate. So, ano yung purpose ng letter na yun?
Well, one, it's a matter pro forma. It's a matter of policy, of course, that you communicate with the state, especially kahit hindi ka member state, especially if the suspects or the possible subjects of a warrant of arrest, magkaiba pa yun, yung suspect medyo lighter than a warrant of arrest, kung nasaan sila. So, they are obliged to inform the states where these people are. Nagkataon na Pilipinas yon, kahit hindi tayo miyembro ng ICC, i-update kumbaga tayo ng ICC kasi nandito yung hinahanap.
Okay.
Of course, the ICC will press at every stage of the proceeding na, itong nangyayari, itong kung sakasakaling may hingin kami. Even the warrant of arrest, it is only, I mentioned it's confidential, but not entirely. It is communicated, it has to be communicated to the member state or the state where these persons are. So right now, if there is anyone who can confirm anything on record, it could be the ICC or the Philippine government.
Go ahead.
Second, I see this as a warning. It's a warning for these persons, and it is up to the government, Philippine government, to communicate it to the 5 persons na suspect na sila. And thirdly, essentially it's an invitation to cooperate or to talk with the ICC at the minimum to prepare for possible, ang hirap sabihin na defense, no? Kasi baka ma-defensive, pero possible explanation of what happened.
Iyahabol ko lang kay Attorney Conti yung doon sa kanya sinabi kayo na hindi niya alam yung nadarama ni Senator Bato. Pero dadagdag ko lang na yun nga, nakahapon sa kanyang privilege speech ay talagang sinabi niya doon na he was pushing for sana gawin na rin daw magkaroon ng ban or gawing illegal yung pakipag-usap ng mga opisyal natin sa kanino man from the ICC. Ano? So ito mga ganitong mga pronouncements from him at saka ganitong mga reaction from him, Attorney Cody, talaga, is this parang telling na of what will be happening very, very soon?
Yes, it could be because he is receiving some signals or communications either from the ICC or the Philippine government about the proceedings. Meron na talaga kasing sa investigation, meron na kasi talagang pag-alam kung sino ang most responsible, and para malaman yun, aalamin kung sino ang mga responsible. Kumbaga, sinong may kasalanan. Saka lang nila sisilipin, okay, ito ang tututukan natin. Yung pag ano niya, no, yung move na magkaroon ng batas, similar yan sa US, may ganyan din ginawa yung mga US senators, mga kakampito na sa Republican Party, kakampi ni Donald Trump. Ginawa din nila yon na parang knee-jerk reaction sa pagproteksyon ng Israeli politicians. So, wala pa namang usad yon. Pero sa tingin ko, very political nang gagawin niya na circumstantial, lalo na ang kumbaga babanggain niya or ang pakikialaman niya ay isang international court which has 124 member states.
Okay,
Would you be aware if the government is coordinating in any way with the international police, criminal police organization? Kasi yun ang sabi na yung whatever arrest warrant will be sent here, will be coursed through the Interpol.
Actually, yes, he could be aware that the Philippine government is cooperating, quote-unquote, or at the minimum, communicating, yun nga, no? And that's up to him. He might have other information not available to us. Kasi nga, ang kakausapin talaga ng ICC ay yung suspect o kaya yung may isyuhan na nga ng warrant of arrest and the state. As to Senator Bato's, kumbaga, sources, yun lang, hindi ko sigurado kung bawat kibot, bawat nagsasalita na kung sino ay sumasagot siya o kaya hindi niya verify yung sources niya. Pero it's very interesting how he reacts to things.
Okay, Attorney Conti, you said...
May mga stories ngayon about si Romeo Caramat might turn or is being invited to turn state witness. Depende kung sino yung nagsasabi ng istorya. You know the circumstances kung bakit siya nasama. You think he is qualified to turn witness?
Yes.
Si Romeo Caramat.
Yes po. Caramat has been involved in several cases. And the fact that he led several one-time, big-time operations. So, yun yung tinutukoy sa kanya eh. At yun yung sinisilip ng ICC leads us to the possibility that he knows something. To be a state witness, ang tawag nila doon ay insider witness, requires a great deal of information that he could provide. Hindi ka pwedeng, kumbaga, basta-basta na, parang alam ko nga po yan. Dapat alam ko po yan. So, the certainty of his information and of his turning witness, one thing that the court will not do with is yung turnaboutism, yung babalik na rin. Marami sa atin yan. Recantations are quite common in the court, pero they frown on it when they present a witness before the court, as in sigurado sila sa witness. And when we say witness, yung pwede kasing nasa video lang, pwede kung maraming alam si Caramat at kung talagang sigurado siya sa sasabihin niya, posibleng siya pa yung magwi-witness on the stand in person.
Okay,
at importante yan dahil high enough siya, mataas ang kanyang posisyon na maaring magdawit dun sa mataas, mag-connect dun sa taas na nag-utos at dun sa gumawa na nasa baba.
Attorney Conti, is the ICC, or at least your part, the prosecutors, no, are they interested in Senator Bato de la Rosa as an insider witness?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to clarify, I'm with the victims.
Okay.
Sa ICC, medyo iba yung roles dito. The prosecutors team is led by the OTP. And then the victims have their own team. We can cooperate with the Office of the Prosecutor, but this is an entirely independent parang legal representation for the victims. But then to answer your question, I would think so, yes. They are very interested in Senator De La Rosa because he is the only one who has signed a document related to this war on drugs na directly implicating or including the Philippine government, the Philippine National Police in drugs operations. Ito yung Command Memorandum Circular na Oplan Double Barrel. Later on, there was of course Reloaded, Alpha, and ngayon nga yung finale. Iba-iba na yung pumirma nun. Kung napansin nyo, maski si Albayalde, na dawit, sabihin na natin. Kasi I would think na isa din siya sa pumirma. By the way, yung susunod na mga versions nung Oplan Double Barrel, hindi na ni-release. Hinihintay nga namin sa House of Representatives committee hearings, na ipakita itong documents nila. And it would be interesting kung kaninong pirma yung nandoon.
Have they relayed their interest to Senator Bato de la Rosa? Has it been communicated na baka pwede ka mag-witness? May ganun ba?
No, I don't know about that. It has to be Senator Bato to confirm that. But in any case, Senator Bato de la Rosa as a witness against who? That will be interesting because right now I see him as well as someone who is most responsible for the killings. Yung most responsible kasi hindi naman isa lang yan, no? Isang grupo. At kung meron man na, kumbaga, pinaka-masisisi tungkol sa patayan, of course, there would be President Duterte. Pero paano niya magagawa yon? Sa pamamagitan ng police at yan ay sa pamamagitan ni Senator De La Rosa. Kung sa rules natin sa pag-state witness, baka hindi siya qualify. Kaya dito sa pagiging insider witness, I would say unlikely. That he will be called
correct me if I'm
witness.
wrong, Attorney Conti, but my understanding is normally the ICC brings to trial yung pinaka-top leader. I mean, we saw this in the case of Serbia, Milosevic. I think he is the top leader. They were not interested in going down the line. I think also in Sudan, in the genocide in Sudan and other countries. So, could it be the same in the Philippines that, makuha mo lang yung top leader noon, okay na yun?
Yes. But again, the word that they use is parang most responsible or those who bear the greatest responsibility. It doesn't mean one person. In the case of President Duterte nga, what ties him to the war on drugs, it's his statements, it's his policy pronouncements. But who implemented that? It was Senator De La Rosa with the Philippine National Police. So, given the signals from the Office of the Prosecutor, I would say that there are at least two persons thought to be most responsible for the killings.
So parang walang ma-offer na salbabida for
Bato.
For Bato if ever.
Oo kasi pag sinabi na ang isang defense dyan, kunyari nung bumarel, sumusunod lang ako sa utos.
Okay.
Kaninong utos? Di sa papel po, sabi ng presidente, and pangalawa po, merong Oplan Double Barrel. Sinong pumirma ng Oplan Double Barrel? Si Senator De La Rosa. At saka, I'd like to also point out that the ICC is looking at the killings in Davao, where Senator De La Rosa was chief of police prior to assuming the entire national chieftain. Kaya, crucial also that how the killings in Davao have been addressed can be shown in the killings that occurred nationwide. So, I would say unlikely that he would be, kumbaga, exculpated or called upon as a parang quote-unquote state witness. Against who? Laging ganun.
Or pag insider witness ka, ano ka ba yun? Hindi ka na makakasuhan? Is that one of the conditions kung ganon? In the ICC, ha?
In the ICC, not exactly. Kasi meron ding insider witness na hindi naman talaga kakasuhan per se. Kunyari, low-ranking police, tapos gusto niyang magkwento kung anong nangyayari. Hindi naman talaga siya makakasuhan sa ICC. There have been several cases that parang the top person kumbaga, has said na, oh, sige, babaliktad ako, or one of the top persons, babaliktad ako. The immunity, quote-unquote, was it a different deal as outside of the kumbaga turning witness against the other. Hindi siya automatic, kumbaga. It has to be brokered. Kaya for Senator De La Rosa, he really has to kumbaga lay down his cards. Ano ang alam niya? At ano ang up to what extent is he willing to push for this possible cooperation with the ICC. But ngayon yata ang offer niya is not really to be a witness, no, but to only parang give a statement before the ICC because he still does not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC. So I find that rather weird na parang he's willing to speak to the investigators, to be interviewed, but he has said that he's not willing to be a witness or to cooperate in the proceedings or in trial. Kaya kailangan niyang to sit down, breathe, relax, and to really understand what the process is.
Kasi General Carama, pwede kaya siyang immunity? Can he get immunity kung sakasakaling mag-witness siya?
I would say at this point, without kumbaga divulging or looking at the evidence of the Office of the Prosecutor, he could be offered not exactly immunity but some sort of deal kumbaga para mag-testify because he is a little high up kasi ano siya no right now nasa Davao yata siya naka-assign. Pero nung
Northern Luzon.
Northern Luzon ngayon.
Yes.
Okay. So yung position niya, I think he was regional chief at one point.
Yes.
It is high enough in the ladder pero low enough na wala siyang sariling pagpapasya kumbaga. It would be up to the ICC to determine kung anong mga acts ang ipipin sa kanya. So kung yung 2018 one-time big-time operations sa kanya idadawit, kumbaga sa kanya ipipin, then posibleng magkaroon ng usapan tungkol sa immunity. Pero kung hindi naman yun ang hahabulin at ibang mga incident ang hahabulin, kumbaga sa ibang lugar, edi baka. Kaya lang nahirapan ako ngayon sa sitwasyon nila kasi yung determination sa kanila suspects eh. And from what that feels, it feels as if they had enough power or authority to determine when and where the killings will happen.
Okay, Joby? Well, anyway, I meant to ask Attorney Conti, you know, an arrest warrant, if ever, would remain most likely confidential, right? To avoid flee by the accused. So, theoretically, there could be an arrest warrant already at this very moment.
We just don't know.
Yes, actually. Ito lang, one of the recent incidents that the ICC announced the arrest warrant was when they had no opportunity or they had no hope of implementing the arrest warrants. And these were the warrants against heads of state of Russia and Israel.
Right.
Actually, sa Israel nga, para mag-a-apply pa lang kami. Yung sa Russia, na-issue na. Ang nakikita namin and ang sinabi na rin naman ng prosecutor, ito kasi will serve as a deterrent because in their circumstances, there is ongoing conflict. So nagaganap pa yung kumbaga krimen sa kanila at itong warrant of arrest sana makatulong para tumigil sila. Dito sa atin medyo ang tingin ng ICC kasi medyo humupa na, hindi na masyadong makapangyarihan yung mga gumagawa nito. Palagay ko hindi muna nila i-announce lalo na dadamahin muna nila kung ano ba to, may chance ba kaming mahuli to o wala. Kung wala, edi saka namin i-announce na lang namin as a deterrent. Pero kung may chance kaming mahuli to, yes, you are correct. There could already be a warrant and they're finding a way to implement it.
Okay, Attorney Cote, how would it be implemented given, number one, that
We're not
members of the ICC, number two, that the official policy of this administration is not to cooperate, number three, at the same time, we're hearing about, at the same time, we're members of Interpol. So, how is it going to happen? If
Simply
theoretically,
put,
legally?
yes. Simply put, it's going to be the Philippine National Police to implement the arrest warrant. Yun lang. Kasi maski whether member state tayo o hindi, police lang ang pwedeng humuli in behalf of the ICC. Police nung lugar kung nasaan yung taong ito. Okay? There are several...
Under what responsibility or obligation does the PNP have to effect or carry out an arrest?
Yeah, and so that's the political portion, kumbaga. Legally, the PNP answers to the president. The chief of, essentially, siya yung commander-in-chief ba? Sa AFP. No, but,
AFP.
yeah, but he's the one in charge of the Philippine National Police, and he can say, he can order them to do something. And if there is no legal impediment or there is a legal motivation for the police to acknowledge a warrant of arrest, then pwede yun. At yun na yung pwedeng, one, that it was coursed through the Interpol and there is a request from a fellow member of the Interpol to implement the warrant. At kung magkaroon ng red notice na tinatawag, hindi pwedeng mag-utos ang Interpol ng arrest. Only tribunal, and it would be probably the ICC. Second, it could be by a request from another government direct to the president. Thirdly, we're seeing it could also be as a matter of extradition request or proceeding na parang palitan tayo ng ng detainee. So if a member state of the ICC requests for a Filipino person who is wanted by the ICC, requests for an exchange of prisoners, baka pwede yun. Recently, may mga nangyayaring ganyan na, kumbaga, quote-unquote, exchange of prisoners.
Ganon.
Tony, how are the relatives of the victims feeling at this point? I'm asking this kasi 3 of those 5 suspects are still in government. Of course, si General Karamat and Brigadier General Eliasar Mata is the head of the PNP Drug Enforcement Group. At si Edilberto Leonardo is a commissioner of the National Police Commission. Anong nararamdaman ngayon ng mga victims? Of course, there's progress kasi may suspects na tayo and there is a possibility that someone might actually get arrested. Pero nararamdaman nila ngayon?
They're hopeful, and with their participation in the House of Representatives hearings. So the Human Rights Committee has convened hearings on this matter. And I think moving forward, itong August 16 yata, the Quad Committee will be looking at so many things, POGO, etc., including the war on drugs. They're hopeful that in some way magkaroon ng enlightenment. Actually, there's 2 things to this: truth and accountability. Truth, what really happened? Ano ba, inutos ba to? Ano ba tong reward? Sinong yumaman dito? Sinong gumanansya? And accountability, kailangan managot kung sino yung may kasalanan. In some cases, we've seen cases in court with convictions, may naparusahan. Pero parang kulang And even in the hearings, this was surfaced. Parang kulang kasi yung nag-utos, yung gumawa ng polisiya, nakakalusot, na parang naiiwan yung footmen, yung soldiers on the ground na, kasi binaril niya ako, naiiwan siya na individual incidents. Para sa kanila, maniniwala ba kami na may 6,252 at least na police operations na kung saan may namatay, binaril niya kasi ako kaya binaril ko din siya. Ganon, pare-pareho ng script. Masyadong too much of a coincidence. Kaya kailangan ang silipin dito ay yung policy.
Okay, thank you for joining the Storycon ICC Assistant of Counsel, Attorney Cristina Conti.